My name is Brendan Smith. I am the Brewing Sailor, and this is another Hangover free review. Let's get into it. Hello everybody, welcome back to Hangover Free Reviews. I am your host, the Brewing Sailor, Brendan Smith. And I know I've been away for about a week, but I had some things to take care of in the personal life, looking for a new job, how to get job applications out, you know how it goes. But we are back. And if you remember last week, we were reviewing Leveled Beverage Collective, a brand new brewery, and their Underground Crisp Pale Ale. Well, we're back this week to review their Beardsicle Cold IPA. Now, cold IPAs are a relatively new style, and it focuses on using neutral yeasts fermented at colder temperatures, whether those are ale or lager yeasts. We're going to be talking about beers fermented in about 50 to 55 degrees, maybe up in as high as 60, but that's about it. And we're going to focus on lighter color malts, lots of adjuncts like corn, rice, or brewing sugar. And the whole idea is to let the hops be the star. So we want very little flavor from the yeast. We want, just enough of a malt background to have it stand up to the hops. But the hops are very much the star of the cold IPA style. It's going to be crisp, it's going to be refreshing, it's going to be super hoppy. So let's dive right in. For those who aren't familiar or just maybe need a refresher, we do judge beers here according to the Beer Judge Certification Program guidelines. So how we do that is every style has its own set of guidelines. Today we'll be using 21A, the American IPA, which this isn't quite an American IPA. It's kind of a variant of the American IPA, but there are no cold IPA guidelines yet. So we're just going to stick with the closest thing we can get. It's going to be scored based across 5 categories. For appearance, you can earn 3 points. For aroma, you can earn 12. For flavor, 20. For mouthfeel or how the beer feels going across your tongue, you can earn 5 points. Finally, you get the overall impression of the beer, which you can earn up to 10 points. An average beer will score somewhere between 25 and 30. A good beer between 30 and 35. A very good beer between 35 and 40. An excellent beer between 45 and 40, or 40 and 45, excuse me. And 45 and above is a world-class representation of the style. So let's dive right into the Leveled Beardsicle Cold IPA. Now, I'm not going to waste my time trying to show you the can because my lights don't ever let that work. And my wife will do wonderful, amazing things with photo editing and video and all that good stuff. So we're just going to jump right into the pour. And you can see it's very light in color. Crystal clear. Now, one thing that did surprise me is normally when you have an IPA, usually you have pretty good head retention. As you can see here, without even me trying to drink it, the head is just failing away. And what this tells me is they're probably using pills. I know they used, they said pale malts and corn, and I do love the choice of corn because I think it adds a depth of flavor and some character that rice just doesn't give you. But I'm guessing they use Pilsner, and I know I really shouldn't guess, and we won't hold that. There's nothing wrong with using Pilsner malt here. I'm not going to be judging that harshly against them. But when you use Pilsner and adjuncts, you need to throw in some carapils to help the head retention, and they haven't done that here. And traditionally, American IPAs do have pretty good head retention, so we are going to take 1 point off here for that on the appearance. It's still going to earn the other 2 points because it's crystal clear and it has the right color. It's that pale golden color that we want to see on a cold IPA. These range from just a little warmer than straw, so like pale yellow, to golden. And so this is kind of pale golden. It's right where I like it. It's beautifully crystalline clear. I don't know if I can get some of the condensation off. You can probably see my face through it. But yeah, so really nice job on the appearance with the exception of the lack of head retention. I'm sure they will get that figured out, or maybe they won't. Maybe they don't care, and that's fine too, because it really doesn't affect the overall drinkability of the beer. It's just me nitpicking on a judge's score sheet because I have to. So it gets 2 out of 3 on appearance. Let's see how she smells. Smells good, by the way. So the first thing that's going to jump out at you, as it should, are the hops. Super like citrus fruit, resiny pine, really, really nice classic American hops. There's a little bit of sweetness there coming through and a little bit of breadiness, probably from the malts and again from the corn. Perfectly to style, nothing wrong with that. It's a really, really good smelling beer. We're going to give it 10 points out of 12. So now for the big moment. Let's see how it tastes. That's really, really nice. Very crisp, very dry, which is 100% to style. This is exactly what you want out of this beer. Some subtle bready notes and a little bit of sweetness from the corn. Big time the citrus fruit flavors, and even almost on the back of the tongue, right as it finishes, just a little white grape, but you also get that citrusy pine. So I don't know what hops they use, but it's a really nice combination. Very classic American hops with the big citrus notes and the pine. That white grape, I'm almost wondering if they put maybe a touch of Hallertau Blanc or Nelson Sauvin in there, which would be welcome additions because I love both hops. Other than that, really, really nice. Great flavor. Very light, very crisp. All the hops doing the heavy lifting here. If you're a hop head like me, you're gonna love it. I'm giving it 17.5 out of 20. Mouthfeel, it's medium to medium light. It's very effervescent. It's very crisp. It finishes clean. There's nothing missing on the mouthfeel. It's 5 out of 5. Overall impression, it's an NA beer that is the quintessential expression of a relatively new style. Like I said earlier, Cold IPA is going to be brewed either with a very neutral lager yeast or very neutral ale yeast that's going to be fermented at cold temperatures. You're going to use lighter colored grains, lots of adjuncts, and the whole point here is to let the hops shine, and this beer does it beautifully. The only thing I could really nitpick was the head retention. Overall impression, 9 out of 10. Total score, 43.5 out of 50. So on my personal observations, that's an excellent score. This would easily be in the running in a medal if I was, judging beers. It's personal observations. It's one of the best beers I've had this year. I'd put it right up with Rationale West Coast, Two Roots, Mango Dango, and a few others. As far as where it falls on my personal scale, we're going to put it at will buy again, because I absolutely will buy it again. And for those of you who watched last week's episode and saw that they went out of their way to help me, I screwed up on my mailing address because I had somebody else's mailing address in there for a gift from a previous purchase. They contacted UPS. They paid to have the shipment corrected at their own expense. So I owe them a couple of 6-packs to kind of even out that. So I'm definitely going to buy some more. The only reason why it's not a regular rotation beer is just because it's not sold locally in Texas. If I could get this at my store, this would be something that I would buy multiple times per week. But because I have to go online, because I have to pay that shipping cost, it tampers down the enthusiasm just a little bit. But still a very good beer that I absolutely will drink again. It's an excellent beer. Can't say enough about it. I really can't say enough about Leveled, debuting with 2 beers that were just absolutely fantastic for a brand new brewery. I can't wait to see what else they have in store. I'm really looking forward to new products from them. I wish them the best of success, and I hope you guys enjoy them too. Let me give you a little taste of what's coming up here on Hangover Free Reviews. Next week, we are going to do, until I find a new job, until I get settled at a new job, I'm going to dial back my schedule a bit. Instead of doing 3-4 things a week, I'm going to do 2. We're going to do a short review on Wednesdays and a long reviews that will drop on Saturdays. So next week's short review is going to be the Good Heavens Hellas from Athletic. Then we're going to review Athletic's Free Wave on Saturday. That's actually a request to a viewer, so I have to get that done. And then we're going to do one more Athletic for a short review the following week. That's the Apricot Farmhouse. I have to get that one done. It's been in the fridge. It's my last one. I got to get it recorded and put up. And then after that, we're going to go into some new beers. Hopefully Southern Grist will be back in stock. I'm going to order some Atmos. I'm going to order some Self-Care. So we're going to have some new stuff to try. And hey, if there's something that you want to see me review that you think's really good, there's a brewery out there doing a good job and I haven't talked about them, please bring them to my attention. I would love to. You can leave a comment below or hit me up at any one of my social medias. Before we go, I would like to invite you to like the video. Please hit that subscribe button and turn that red to gray. Ring the notification bell, let the YouTube algorithm know you want to see my videos when they drop. And of course, like I said, do leave a comment before you go. We love reading your comments. We love to hear the feedback. And thank you everybody for your support. We're hoping to hit 250 subscribers by the end of the year. If we do, it's going to trigger another giveaway. So share this sucker out across all your social medias. Let everybody know I'm doing a good job in the NA world. And we'll see you next time on Hangover Free Reviews. Slainte Y'all.